right, man. Dan Campbell gave an update on Jahmyr Gibbs. Looks like he's trending towards playing this week versus the Baltimore Ravens. Check out Detroit Lions Talk playlist. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Like David Montgomery's going to miss some time with a rib injury. We think it's some rib cartilage. But I think the Lions have some alternatives here. But Jahmyr Gibbs seemed to be playing. I think most of it is just cautionary. I think with keeping St. Brown out for Carolina, they probably figure, we could beat, Carolina without St. Brown. He thanked them for letting him rest his stomach. I think Brian Branch is another thing. They said just rest him, see when he's ready. We get by with Will Harris versus Tampa. Jahmyr Gibbs, I think it was a playoff game. He probably would have still been able to go. So I think it's a lot just being cautious with a lot of these injuries. And one thing you've seen in the National Football League, you've seen a ton of soft tissue injuries. And this is because the players sat there, they let the NFL take a huge chunk of money. In exchange, they wanted to have less practice time. And less practice time, and I say this all the time when I speak boxing. Check out my Goodfella TV channel, a little boxing talk over there. When I speak that, you have to keep doing something in order to remain good at it. In order to stay healthy. And then people say, if I train more and take more punches, I have more damage. The laws of sports don't run parallel like that. The less you exercise or the less you work your fast twitch muscles as you get older, the more you lose them. So that's why they tell old people, get up and walk, get in the sun, move around, or you're going to lose your mobility. It's no different. You look at Ben Simmons. Guess what? He took a year off, though he was not the same. Emulating training is not the same. Aaron Donald was the only person I've seen take off training camp and not miss a lick. He's a physical freak. You talking about a year off? Le'Veon Bell took a season off. Done. He was not the same player. Deshaun Watson took the whole season off and maybe a little bit more because of the suspension. Hasn't looked the same since. So as you get older, you have to continue to, entrench yourself in your profession to keep them fast twitch muscles going, to keep it going. You can't stop. Keep going. Stop. Keep going. Stop. No, you have to stay. You have to keep doing it. And when they lessen the practice time up, you've seen the soft tissue injuries. You've seen the Achilles, the hamstrings. You've seen the ACL injuries go up because they're not preparing their body for war anymore. They're preparing it for like PT and, preparing it for basic training and bullshit like that. The two-a-days and the hard practices, that's what prepared the body, and you had less of those season-ending injuries, less of those soft tissue injuries. Now they're not preparing the right way. It's like, but at the end of the day, he's trending in the right direction. They brought a guy back to the practice squad. But I think, in addition to that, you like Craig Reynolds or whatever, great block. But I think, a guy like on the Jets that's hanging on the end of the roster, he's active, Michael Carter, the running back, not the cornerback, that's out of North Carolina, who's a 4th-round draft pick. I think he'd be an interesting pickup. Also, I had another guy in mind, Jerome Robinson, who's on the Jaguar, who rushed for a lot of yards for the Jaguars a couple years ago. I think he got cut by the Jets. He got traded and cut by the Jets. He's on the Giants practice squad. I mean, he's had success being a 1,000-yard rusher. I don't know what's going on with him off the field or on the field or why he can't keep a team, but I mean, you could just sign him off the Giants practice squad. Only thing the Giants can do to keep him is sign him to the active roster, and I don't see them doing that. So if I'm the Lions, I'm probably looking at trying to get a deal done for Michael Carter, seeing what I can get from them, or I'm trying to pick up Jerome Robinson and add him to that rotation. You know what I'm saying? So you go Craig Reynolds, Jerome Robinson, David Montgomery, and then you probably can go Jahmyr Gibbs. But at the end of the day, they like to play Jason Cabadine, so the fullback. So they have a decision to make. I mean, you can't put Michael Carter on the practice squad. You know what I'm saying? So that's to be the issue with it. But if they feel like Jahmyr Gibbs and Craig Reynolds is good enough, that's just what it's gonna have to be. But I would probably look to bring in Michael Carter or Jerome Robinson. Leonard Fournette, he'd be interesting power back, but he's shown not to be able to keep himself in the best of shape throughout his career, and that's been a problem. So what type of shape he in right now? By the time he get in shape, we'll have David Montgomery back, and he probably won't have no use for him. So, but yeah, Jerome Robinson, Michael Carter, a couple names out there. One guy you can sign out the practice guy, one guy you can trade for a little bit of nothing to get, man, and not playing that much out there in New York. But I like them both. But Montgomery, you can put Montgomery on injured reserve for a few weeks and let him 100% heal. come back fresh, you know, if you want to, and then hit the ground running with those guys. Those guys, you know, like Jerome Robinson, he's been a bell cow in this league before. He's not old neither. I think he out of Rockford, Illinois, too. I could be wrong. So, you know, not too far, Midwestern guy. But I could be wrong on that. But yeah, you know, but at the end of the day, it could be Jahmyr Gibbs' time to shine. But the issue with Jahmyr Gibbs is, you know, the issue that I kind of had with drafting Sam Laporta, he putting a lot on his plate. And obviously Sam Laporta is able to answer the call. Last week was his roughest week, but he wasn't even going to play with a calf injury, and he ended up playing. So I don't even count last week. He still had a decent week. But with Jerome Robinson, with Jahmyr Gibbs, you know, he ain't taking it in so well. So you got to learn the receiving part. You got to learn the running part. You got to learn pass pro, block, run pro, block and releases. So right now, it's a lot being thrown at him. And maybe sitting out and watching the game from the sideline and just looking at little things, maybe he'll be prepared to, you know, be better prepared when he jump back in there. So that'll be the interesting thing about it. I think he'd be better prepared when he get back in there and the game slow down to him. But when the game actually slow down, he, you know, learn the pass pro, learn the receiving part of it, learn the running part of it. I think he's gonna be all right. So they just have to, like, hopefully with these reps that he getting, if he healthy, each rep that he getting, hopefully bring him more and more confidence, not having to look behind or share time with David Montgomery. Now she'll show. And even in, when I think it was an Atlanta game, he rushed for 80 yards. But how can we get him to 30 to 50 yards receiving along with the 80 yards is the question. You know, and some of the plays that him and Jared Goff, they just off. You know, Goff might throw behind him or throw it in the dirt, or, you know, he dropped the one that could have been a touchdown. So they just missing. They just missing on some of it. So some of them plays start connecting. I think, you know, like I said, him and Jameson Williams and just overall getting guys like, and Brian Branch is also trending in the right direction too. It's also getting guys back healthy to make that push. So you get Pascal, you get Branch back. You know what I'm saying? You're going to start getting some of these dudes back, get them back healthy. Get Jahmyr Gibbs back, but you got Jameson back. The thing about it is, offensively and maybe for the whole team, Jahmyr and Jameson is the key. They're the drive killers. And what I mean by drive killers is I don't have to drive 12 to 13 plays. I can just get them a 5-yard pass or a pitch and they can go to the house. And that's what the Lions been missing is those explosive plays where I don't have to chop it up 20, 50 yards. And with those, they give you two guys that give you explosive plays, and that's going to open it up for everybody else. So, but yeah, let me know what you guys think. Check out Detroit Lions Talk playlist. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. The subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications. Increase your chance to get notifications. We go live or drop video. Financially, want to support the channel. Cash App, $, CJ Good 313, Venmo, CJ Good 313, PayPal link description, the link tree. We everywhere there. Peace.